Hi guys, this is Perkins here. Today we're going to be talking about being able to solve addition and subtraction word problems using a tape diagram. Now, we were doing a lot of tape diagrams in our application problems before we left. So we're just going to be talking more about this, and we're going to be using addition and subtraction word problems to be able to use tape diagram as more like a visual, which is kind of like a picture to where we can kind of see it better. Now we talked about the word diagram was a picture with labels. Well, that's what a tape diagram is. It's still a picture with labels, just like how you do with Miss Cullivan. It's the pictures, and we label it to match our word problem. And it's just to help us understand our word problem better. So let's get right into it. So this word problem, you know that we were not doing cubes anymore, okay? So we're going to be reading the word problem once. After we read the word problem once, we're going to ask ourselves, what do we notice? So what are some things that we notice that are going on in the word problem? Then we're going to chunk it, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? So let's read it. Kate has 5 red balls and 4 green balls. How many balls does she have all together? So what do I notice? Well, I know that she has 5 red balls and 4 green balls. We have to figure out how many she has all together. Well, what are the things that she told us? Well, she told us the 5 red and the 4 green balls. That means that the 5 red and the 4 green balls are both our parts, which means that we're having to add those two together to figure out how many she has all together. So we know that we are adding. Okay? So these are our 2 parts. So now let's chunk it. So that means that we're going to read a little and draw a little. Read a little, draw a little. Okay, so it says Kate has 5 red balls. Let's stop right there. Can we draw something? Yes, we can draw the 5 red balls. So let's draw the 5 circles to represent or to show the 5 red balls. Now remember I told you a tape diagram is a picture with labels. So I am not just going to leave it like this. I'm going to label it with a 5 for the 5 circles, so the 5 red balls. And then I'm going to do an R for red. Now I'm going to box it in. Now let's keep on reading. And 4 green balls. So now I need to draw the 4 green balls. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to label it just because, remember, tape diagram is a picture with labels. So I'm going to do a letter and a number. So I already did 4, and I'm going to label it also with a G for green. So 4 green balls, 5 red balls. How many balls does she have all together? Does it tell us our whole? No, it does not. That's what we have to figure out. So now I'm going to do my lines to show my whole. But I'm just going to do a mystery box because I don't know the number just yet. I'm going to put a B for balls. Now, let's go and set up our number sentence a little. So, looking at this, we know that whenever we're adding, it can be our part plus our other part equals our whole. Okay? So that's what we're going to have over here. So we're going to have our 2 parts, which we know is 5 and 4. So 5 plus 4 equals, what is our whole? Well, what can we do to figure out our whole? Well, we can count each of these circles. You can count the 5 circles, then the 4 circles. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you know it's 9 altogether. Or instead of counting each circle, you can count on. You can say, oh, I know that this is 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then you know it's 9. Now, do you have to do that? Do you have to count on? No, but it's going to be easier if you would count on 1. Okay? So, we read it. We drew because we chunked it. We wrote our number sentence, but we still haven't finished because we have to do our statement. So she has blank balls all together. How many balls does she have all together? Well, she has 9 all together. Now, moving on. This next one says Jake had 10 cookies. His sister ate 3 cookies. How many does Jake have left? So let's talk about what do we notice. Well, we know he had 10. His sister ate 3. So what does that mean that we're doing? Had 10, sister ate 3. Oh, sister ate 3 of them. That means we're subtracting. So we know that we're subtracting here. So now, we know that the 10 cookies that Jake had is our what? It's our whole, right? And then his sister that ate 3, that's the part that we take away. So now it says Jake had 10 cookies because now we're chunking it, okay? So let's start chunking it. So Jake had 10 cookies. Well, can I draw something? Well, of course I can. I can draw the 10 cookies. So I'm going to draw the 10 cookies. Now, what did we just say that the 10 was? 10 was our what? Good, our whole. So I'll put 10 C for cookies. And since it's our whole, the 10 is going to go at the top and not inside the box. Okay? Now let's keep on going. His sister ate 3 cookies. Well, we know that's the part that we're taking away. Now you could cross out 3 if you would like. Or you can just count 3 and then separate it from the rest. Now remember, tape diagram is a picture with labels. So I have to label it with a number, the 3, and a letter. So I'm going to do an A for 8. That's how many sister ate. Now, how many does Jake have left? Well, do we know how many Jake has left? No, we do not. We have not figured that out yet. Good. So now we read our story. We read our word problem. We drew our picture. Now we get to write our number sentence and our statement. So, we know that subtraction, your whole is first. So it's your whole minus your part equals your other part. Okay? So that's going to be super important. Your whole has to be first when you're subtracting. What is our whole? 10. Good, so it's 10 minus what is the part that sister ate? 3. So 10 minus 3 equals, how many is left? Well, we don't know. We have to figure that out. Well, how can we figure it out? We just count how many is in the box. That's it. So let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is how many is left. So he has blank cookies left. How many cookies does he have left? 7. That's what we had to figure out. All right, guys, moving right along. Now, I'm going to read this word problem to you. Then if you would like, you can pause and solve it on your own. One thing that is important for you all to know is that there will not be any formative classwork for you guys to do for these word problem lessons. Okay? So, it's kind of important that you do some of this on your own because you will not have the classwork to do on your own later. Okay? So, I'm going to read it, and this would be a good opportunity to at least try to solve it, and then you can always come back and then you can see how I would solve it. Okay? So, it says There were 12 friends playing on the playground. 5 of the friends went to go get some water. How many friends are still on the playground? This would be a great time for you to pause the video. Make sure that you chunk it, which means you read a little, then draw a little, read a little, then draw a little. Make sure you do your number sentence and your statement. You can pause it now, and then you can come back to find the answer, to figure out what the answer is. Alrighty, guys. So now, let's see how I would solve it. It says there were 12 friends playing on the playground. 5 of the friends went to go get some water. How many friends are still on the playground? Well, what do I notice? One of the 12 friends were playing on the playground. 5 of those 12 friends went to get water. We have to figure out how many are still in the playground. Oh, so 5 went to go get water. That's 5 that were taken away from the 12. So that means we are subtracting. So now we're going to chunk it, which means read a little, draw a little, read a little, draw a little. So it says there were 12 friends playing on the playground. Can we draw something? Well, of course we can. We can draw the 12 friends. So let's draw 12, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is my 12 friends. Now, what is this 12? Is it my part or my whole? Well, it is my whole. That's how many friends were on the playground. So I'm going to put the 12 at the top with an F for friends. Now, remember what I was telling you guys whenever we were doing word problems in class, is that what you label the letter with may be a little different than what my letter label is, but that is okay, as long as your number label is the same. What letter label might help you may not be what I would have chosen. Okay, so the letter labels can be a little different as long as you have the number labels the same. Now I'm going to box in my hole and draw my little lines connecting my label. Now, looking at this, let's move on. It says 5 of the friends went to go get some water. So I know that 5 of them left the playground and went to go get water. So I could cross out 5, or I could just count 5 and separate with a line. I gotta label it. I'm putting a 5, and then I'll put a W for water. Those are the ones that went to get water. Or you could have did a W for went. Okay? Or G for go. So now we have to figure out how many friends are still in the playground. What does it tell us? Well, do we know how many are still in the playground? Does the word problem tell us that? Nope. We have to figure that out. So we read and we drew our tape diagram. But we still have to figure out our mystery part. So now we're going to have to write our number sentence. So looking at this, we know that whenever we are subtracting, it is our whole minus our part equals our other part. So our whole is 12 minus the 5 friends that went to get water equals mystery box. We don't know how many are left. How can we figure out how many are left? We can just count it. So let's count how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is 7 that is left. So blank friends are still on the playground. How many are still on the playground? It is 7 friends that are still on the playground. I want you to give yourself a thumbs up if you got this correct. If not, that's okay. Just make sure we're going to do this next one, and you can try again. So now, again, there's another word problem I would like you to try on your own. Okay? So I'm going to read it to you, and then you can pause it. Mary made 7 cards for Mother's Day. She made 4 more cards. How many cards did she make in all? So it'd be a good idea right now for you to pause the video. Make sure that you chunk it. You draw your tape diagram with labels, number, and a letter. You do your number sentence and your statement. You can pause it now. Then come back to figure out how I solved it. Alrighty, guys. So now let's look at this. It says Mary had Mary made 7 cards for Mother's Day. She made 4 more cards. How many cards did she make in all? Well, she made 7. Then she made 4 more. That means that we're adding because she had 7. Then she made 4 more cards. That means we're having to figure out how many she made in all. Okay. So now we can chunk it, which means read a little, then draw a little. Read a little, then draw a little. So let's chunk it. Mary made 7 cards for Mother's Day. Can I draw something? Oh, I sure can. I can draw the 7 cards that she made. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now remember, it's a tape diagram. We know a diagram means that it's a picture with labels. So we have to label it. We're going to label it with a number and a letter. So this is going to be some of the cards that she made for Mother's Day. Someone put an M for made. You might have did something different, which is completely fine. Now, looking again, in fact, I'm going to change that M to an F. This is how many she made at first. So this is the cards that she made at first. This just would be easier for me. But again, the letter label, it could have been a little different than what I have. Now I'm going to box it in. Now, let's keep on going. She made 4 more cards. Well, I'm going to now draw. 1, 2, 3, 4 more cards. So this is the 4 more cards that she made. So this is where I'm going to put the M. This is just what made more sense to me. So now I'm going to box this in. Now, do we know our whole? Nope, we don't know our whole, but we can do the lines. And we can put our mystery box. And how many cards she has. So we read and we drew. So we went through our number set. So we know when we're adding it to our parts plus our other part equals our whole. So we know it's 7 and 4, which is our part. So 7 plus 4 equals, we don't know that, mystery box. Now, how can we figure out our whole? Well, we can just add our 2 parts together. Now, I know that 7 is bigger than 4, so I can put 7 in my brain and I can count on. So I can say 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I know my whole is 11. If you have to have counted each one, that is fine too. Okay, so she made blank cards in all. Well, she made 11 cards in all. Alrighty, guys, that is it for this video. If you got this one correct, you can give yourself a big old pat on the back. Great work today, guys. I'll see you next one. Bye.